Hello and welcome to this morning taste challenge. This is going to count for Monday. Monday is always, not always, but usually a difficult day to do taste challenges. So if I have extra time, I say I'll just take the Monday slot. And I'm probably going to give up liquor for Lent, any kind of liquor. So that'll give me over 40 days of just not worrying about it. But uh, that I said probably. I didn't say I would. I said probably. So we'll see. But it seemed like a good thing to give up. But I have two American whiskeys, both aged 2 years, and let's look at it. So we finished rye whiskey, and I did Hunter Rye, Canadian Hunter Rye. Lost every taste challenge, and that was an interesting thing because even though it lost every taste challenge, it wasn't bad. But two important things was I was number one, able to tell Hunter Canadian Rye, Canadian Hunter Rye apart from every other whiskey every time. And secondly, it lost every time. But to be fair, it was the most inexpensive one, $11.99 for the bottle, and all the rest were more. So, but it was an interesting series nonetheless. Now we're going into bourbon. This will last about at least a week and a half, probably 2 weeks. So it'll take till March or the very end of February to get to blended whiskey, American blended whiskey. And then that'll be no videos until Easter Sunday if I do the Lent thing. So probably bourbon will be all you see. And then once Easter season starts, then we'll go to American blended whiskey, which would be Julius Kessler American blended whiskey by request of Beer Hound, because I was not going to do it. I was going to do Classic Club. All right, but anyway, here is Virginia Black in this unusual bottle. And Virginia Black was introduced 6 years ago, 2016. It's aged 2 years, but there's a little more to that story, as there usually is. It's bottled by Virginia Black, Lawrenceburg, Indiana, for Virginia Black LLC, West Hollywood, California. Not, then they have a disclaimer, not from Virginia. Well, okay, look. This thing is produced at Midwest Grain Products in Indiana. It's an Indiana distilled and an Indiana bottled liquor, all right? Whiskey. Has nothing to do with Virginia, and it has almost nothing to do with California except maybe the corporate office, all right? This will run you about $38.99 to $40 at local stores, okay? $38 to $40, but I got it for $10. You say $10 for a full-size bottle? Yeah, but don't blame me. I live within an hour's drive of Savannah Discount and Discount Depot, so these things will happen. But before you sell it short, you say, oh, 2-year age whiskey. Oh, give me a break. Well, it's a blend of 2, 3, and 4-year age bourbon. Okay, so let's pay attention. It's a blend of 2, 3, and 4-year age bourbon whiskeys, finished with what did they say on the website? With a decadent finish, which in my opinion means they're adding flavoring, which is why they don't call it bourbon. It's called whiskey. They may be adding like sugar, or I think from what I've tasted over the years, they're adding like a dark rum to it, a dark rum like Captain Morgan Black or whatever. Okay. It doesn't matter if you have a 200-year-old whiskey. If you blend it with a 2-year-old whiskey, you have to call it a 2-year-old whiskey. So these age statements can be very deceptive. Like you might say, I was drinking some Jim Beam. It's aged 4 years. But that doesn't mean all the bourbon in the Jim Beam is 4 years old. That means the youngest bourbon is at least 4 years old. They may have bourbons in Jim Beam that are 5, 6, 10, or 12 years old. And that's the rule. Now, that is why some whiskey or rum or gin or brandy or tequila companies will not put an age statement, because they got to go with the youngest year. And the counter argument is that it could be an exquisite blend of old, mid-range, and young whiskeys, and they don't want to just say it's a 3-year age. And then, so then the consumer is going to say, I ain't buying no 3-year age whiskey. I want something old. But see, it might have 25-year-old whiskeys blended in, like Johnny Walker Red Label. Now, if you drink Johnny Walker Red Label, right? If you look very carefully on the back of the bottle, very small under the UPC code, it says this whiskey is at least 3 years old. So technically, it's a 3-year-old whiskey. But when you taste it, you say to yourself, man, I swear this thing tastes like it's aged a lot longer than 3 years. It doesn't seem like a 3-year-old whiskey. It's confusing me. And that's because the youngest whiskey is 3 years, and it could be, like I say, 20-year-old whiskeys blended in. All right, so that's Virginia Black. Like I said, $38 to $40 at the store, liquor store. Now, thanks to David Garlipeed, I got Kings County, and I'm going to try to post a solo review tomorrow. And I made a terrible mistake on the price quote, but I talked to him on the phone, and he said, oh, well, yeah, he didn't seem too worried about it, but he said, yeah, it wasn't no $38. It's more like $65. He said, if that's a $38 bottle of whiskey, I got ripped off. I said, no, I was looking at prices, but it was the half size. The $375. So it's running. This is running about $65. So let's look at this. We got a $65 bottle of whiskey versus a $38. Should be a blowout. This is counting for Monday, remember. Should be a blowout. We don't know if it will be a blowout. Now, this Kings County is an odd product. I've seen it at Martin Wine, Fine Wine and Spirits. David bought it somewhere. I don't know where he bought it, but it's around. I hadn't seen it at Mathern's, but I wasn't looking with pinpoint accuracy. It may very well be at Mathern's. I just didn't notice it. I doubt it would be at Winn-Dixie or Walmart. They don't typically sell these kind of specialty items. Although, to be fair, Walmart sells Bastille 1789 blended whiskey from France, and I've never seen that anywhere else. Anywhere else. All right. So I don't want to short sell Walmart. Now, this is what they call a peated bourbon. And if you look at the website, and I posted the link below, they say on the website, we're not aware of, or something along the lines, to our knowledge, you know what I'm saying, according to our research, this is America's first peated bourbon. But they're being careful because they're not, you never know. There could be something else out there. But they say, just like the Sacred Bond, when Christian Brothers made Sacred Bond, bottled and bond brandy about 6 years ago. They said this is the first bottled and bond brandy in America. Well, it turns out I did some research. It was not. Was not. There was Hartley bonded bourbon back in the early mid 80s. I saw some old photos. Now, I'm not saying anybody bought it. I'm not saying anybody liked it. I'm not saying anyone on earth had any positive regard towards it, but there was a Hartley bottled and bond brandy. I looked at the photos. They were not fakes. So Kings County was being careful and saying, to our knowledge, to the best of our knowledge, this is America's first peated bourbon. And they're using peated barley malt, barley that's exposed to peat smoke, like smoked ham, smoked turkey, smoked. You get that smoke infusion aroma. And then they bring it to Brooklyn, New York. And they only use their facility. It's not sourced. So they're very defensive about that on their website. They're saying, no, We're not a shell corporation. We don't have Brooklyn whiskey and then we bring it in from somewhere else and just bottle it here. It's made here. Well, yeah, maybe so. At least this one. There's some that have a strange name. So, but anyway, it seemed like they're legit. And they're probably too legit to quit. The only problem is this cap is so tight that it splashes. So let me go get a wet towel. Now, is it a good thing that it's airtight? Yeah, of course, because then it seals it. But the bad thing is when you pull it out, it splashes because it's like almost impossible to get the cork out. And it's a particle board cork. It's not a pure hunk of cork, but still cork. It's not rubber. No. All right, so that, forgot to make my tags. Now here's the Virginia Black. It's a screw cap, plastic, but they, it's got that metal coating like a 1986 bottle of cologne that you would buy at JCPenney. It looks like a 1986 bottle of cologne from JCPenney. So we'll put KC, Kings County tag, and then we got the other whiskey here. Other bourbon, which in this case, we got VB, Virginia Black. Now, who's going to win? Well, I don't really know, but you would think that the Virginia Black would not win because it's at least $20 cheaper. But sometimes these things can be very tricky, and you get very shocked. Very shocked. Michelle shocked. All right. So Michelle shocked. I just got that. All right. Took me 30 years to get that. All right, Michelle shocked. Shell shocked. All right. Scary. All right. Well, let's do this. VB, Virginia Black. Maybe at a store near you, if you got $38 to $40, you can get it. Now, I paid $10, but then I live, like I said, I live close to Savannah Discount and don't expect to ever get that price. And then my friend David was like, he bought a half-size bottle for $5. And then he tells me, I'm going back. I said, why are you going back? You said you didn't even care for it that much. He said, yeah, but it's $5. He said, yeah, it's $5. I said, okay. In other words, his attitude was, I don't have to really like the bourbon because if it's $5, then I can't look past that. I made a mistake this morning. I told him, I said, man, I bought some Jim Beam at Mathern's. They had it on special for $9.98 a bottle. Full size, $7.50. It was actually buy 2 halves and get a whole. $4.99 a half. He's like, did you buy me some? I said, you ever looked in your liquor cabinet? You got like 1,000 bottles. I don't think you need any. He's like, look at you. Look at you. Me talking about what I've got. I said, yeah, but I'm doing that for science because I got to do taste challenges. You don't do taste challenges. You just drink it. He was like, oh, no, He was saying, I want to get some, I said, oh, man. The last thing I felt like doing this morning was driving back to Mathern's and going look for Jim Beam for him. I mean, he's going to pay me back. That's not an issue. But I went over there and they didn't have any. I said, all they got is the cinnamon, the fire, the Jim Beam fire, the apple, and the peach, the fire, the apple, and the peach. So then I see the store manager. I said, I was looking for something for a customer, meaning my friend David. I said, y'all got any more of that Jim Beam for $4.99? And he was like, yeah, we got it on the shelf. Just ask her for it. It'll ring up. I said, ooh. So that's the deal of the week or the month or the year. So I sent him a text message, email, so I got it. He was glad. All right, let's look at the comments. Joe Biden's Denture says, was watching old beer commercials. Most of them could not be made in today's climate. You got that right. The Swedish bikini team as an example from Stroh's Old Milwaukee. Clearly not meant to be taken seriously. Guys out there fishing in a lake, and then the Swedish bikini team parachutes in to rescue the day. Now, no one in their right mind would take that seriously. It's not meant to be serious. It's a joke, and it's a wry sense. It's wry sense of humor. It's like they were spoofing their own commercials anyway. They were making fun of their own commercials, which was the late 70s to late 80s. It doesn't get any better than this. Remember the Old Milwaukee Nature series. Guys camping, fishing, hunting, or whatever. Even film one in Louisiana. They would always start with a preface. Beatico Creek, Louisiana. Beatico Creek, I know where that is. Not far from here. And they would show guys fishing and whatever they're doing. And then they're at the campfire at the end of the day in the dark, and they're saying they're drinking Old Milwaukee. It doesn't get any better than this. And that was back in the 80s and 90s when Old Milwaukee was huge. Some of you guys remember that. Everyone sold Old Milwaukee. Every beer outlet in America sold Old Milwaukee. But Stroh's had a distinct lack of money. So those commercials faded over the 90s, and that was it. But yeah, right. You could never show them today. How you doing, Ron? Good morning from Toronto. I like the Virginia Black. Hey, KP, Kitchen Patrol. Thanks for watching, and I appreciate it. But these people today, in the woke, sick culture, they're sick. They're sick. You know what I'm saying? So they're depraved in a sense because they're trying to pretend that they're so perfect. Like, I'm perfect. I have no faults. I don't judge, evaluate, or pass any kind of assessment on anyone in the world. I'm the most open-minded person in existence. I'm better than anyone. And it's like, no, you're not. And we all have faults. We all do these things. We all say things every day that we say, oh, I shouldn't have said that, But this modern culture is mad. They're insane. They're in. Old Milwaukee tastes as great as its name. I remember that jingle. Oh yeah, I remember that now. They're brainwashed. Everyone has faults. No, not those people. They're above you. They pardon people who died 100 years ago. Like this governor of Louisiana. I'm going to give a pardon to Homer Plessy from some streetcar 14th Amendment court case, all right? From the 1890s now. He has this big ceremony where he says, I'm going to pardon Homer Plessy. Now, first of all, that has no relevance to the actual man, Homer Plessy, whether he got... First of all, he was convicted of a misdemeanor and he had to pay a nominal fee, like a $10 fine, something like that, if it was that much. Whatever it was minuscule. He tried to get arrested on purpose so that they could have a court case. It was a stage. They even said that on Channel 4 News here in WWL New Orleans. So he had a big civil rights group behind him that was funding the whole thing. It didn't cost him anything out of his pocket. So he got arrested by design. He wanted to get arrested like Rosa Parks. So you say, well, what's the purpose of pardoning him in a big televised ceremony 100 years, over 100 years later? For some, it's like pardoning somebody for a traffic ticket. or a parking ticket. Actually, it's less than a traffic ticket, a speeding ticket. It's like a governor comes on the television and says, I'm going to pardon this man for a parking ticket in 1892. Well, it's not to help Homer Plessy, who died so long ago. It's so that they can say, look at me. Look how good I am. I'm so much better than you. And that's what it is. And that's why I said these people are sick. Look how good I am. I don't want any part of that. Okay. I don't want to be associated with these people. I do not want to feed into their mentality. I don't want to be associated with them in any way. Okay. They're brainwashed. Everyone has faults. Plessy versus Ferguson. Yes. 1890s bloody hell. Let's move on. Virtue signaling. Yeah, virtue signaling in its essence. That's the whole purpose. Look how good I am. They're not doing it for you. They're doing it for themselves to make themselves look good. I remember I used to be Baptist. Y'all know I converted to Catholic in 2001. I remember the Baptist Convention, Southern Baptist Convention, issued this edict or whatever, this ruling or this agreement that they apologized for slavery. And I remember telling the preacher's wife at our church, I said, these guys own slaves? The oldest guy in the whole convention is 100 years old, which means he was born in like 1920. I don't think anybody owned slaves. I said, they're not apologizing. They're trying to say how good they are. Look at me. I'm so good. I'm so virtuous. I'm so much better than you. And I thought, I don't want any part of this. And I told her that point blank. I said, I don't want my name associated with this. I don't think I want to be part of this. Anyway, getting back to reality. I want to apologize for World War II, y'all. Not that I was born then and I had anything to do with it. I was born in 1968, 23 years after the end of the war. But I do want to apologize for everything that anyone related to me did in the war. See how ridiculous that sounds? It's an idiotic. It shows a level of idiocy that's laughable, both laughable and insulting. And I don't care who gets angry. You feeling strong right now? You know you got the best deal on the internet. This channel offers a free 30 minutes. You can make a counterpoint uninterrupted, 30 minutes. You got to use your real name, your real face. If you're feeling strong, come on, tell me I'm wrong. You know I'm not. I dare you. I dare you. All right. I had one guy tell me about 3 years ago, I want to come on there and do that because of this Founders Brewing Company thing. I didn't know who the person was. I said, okay, let's set it up. You got it. Never heard from him again. I guess they thought I was going to say, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say that. Wrong-o. What a bunch of hog or rubbish. Laughing out loud. I apologize for the Battle of Agincourt. Yes, I do too, because I have a French background and English. So I apologize on both sides. I apologize for both sides, actually. Why are you apologizing for World War II in 2022? Yeah, well, I'm being obviously facetious. Okay. This smell, now, when I did the solo review, which might be posted as early as tomorrow morning, I was really confused by it. I liked it a lot, but I was confused. I said, I don't taste any peat. You know, like a peated scotch, you think, oh, it's going to be peaty, smoky, and all of that. But I was sitting in the backyard and I said, I don't taste any peach. Peach, good thing. I don't taste any peat. I couldn't figure it out. But then later, as I was drinking on it, sipping on it, you know, sipping on it, thinking on it, drinking on it, I said, oh, I'm starting to taste the smoke. I'm starting to taste the peach. Well, I mean, Can't get that out of my head now. The Pete. Petey was a pit bull. The Pete. And I said, well, the video's already recorded, so that it'll just have to be that way. Now, was it ever profound? No. But it's there. It's like a little undercurrent of peat smoke. All right, so this one smells like bread crust. Like literally just go to the grocery store and say, I'm going to buy some bread. I don't know, Sara Lee, Nature's Own, whatever. And then I smell the crust. That's what it smells like. You say, well, that's not very remarkable. I know. You're right. It isn't. Let's go over here. Now here, there's a little bit more wood, like oak barrel. Well, you can see I'm having a little trouble. So we got a $40 bottle versus a $65 bottle. So let's, we just rounding off. Let's say a $25 difference. But am I tasting $25 difference? I can't even figure out which one is which. So how am I tasting a $25 difference? Wood. Maybe a little caramel candy flavoring, which could be the Virginia Black, but it's nothing off-putting or bad or nasty. So it's a mystery at this point. It's Canadian. Is the peated bourbon a newer style? Yes, I think very new. Yeah, it's a drinker's whiskey. It's Drake's whiskey, the rapper, right? Drake's. I don't know anything about Drake. I know about Sir Francis. I know about Sir Francis Drake, the explorer, but not Drake, the singer. I did Cacti, and I didn't know anything about Travis Scott except for that the tragedy in Houston. But the Cacti was actually very good for seltzer, which I never want to drink seltzer. For an extra $25, it better be markedly better. For an extra $25, it better be markedly better. But I got a funny feeling that something funny is about to happen. And I don't mean funny like a ha-ha comedy. I mean funny like, why are you paying $25 more? Okay. First thing, I noticed that this one, there's a little bit more poured. And that was probably a mistake. But it's a little darker. Which, if I remember correctly, Virginia Black is fairly darker than it ought to be, which is telling me they probably add caramel color, but I cannot prove that. But that would be a reason why they can't call it bourbon. But even that doesn't make sense because, you can call it blended bourbon and have caramel color added, and you can call it bourbon with natural flavors and caramel color added. So this whole theory that bourbon can't have coloring or flavor added. Oh no. It can have those things added. It's how they qualify the statement. And so if you're not paying attention, you could be very well shocked. Now, if it says straight bourbon, okay, can't add coloring, and it can't add flavor. And if it's bottled in bond, forget it. No way. But otherwise, if it's blended or all these other things, watch out. You may be very disappointed. But then if it tastes good, what difference does it make, right? Right. Because what's caramel? You say caramel? Oh no, caramel coloring. You know what that is? That's sugar that's browned in a pan. Sugar browned in a pan. Oh, that's dangerous. I hope I don't ever have that. So on aroma, it's very difficult. Let's go with the taste. Cheers. Which means on aroma, I'm not sure. On appearance, I'm not sure. Taste, well, I hope I'm sure. Let's see. Here we go. Thank you, David. Well, there's definitely no smoke attack. There's no peatness coming at you. Just tastes like stereotypical American whiskey, meaning sugar candy, rock candy. You know, if you drink a lot of whiskey, I don't drink a lot of whiskey. I don't drink whiskey. I just taste it all the time. You know what I'm saying? I do taste challenges all the time. I get the impression that it tastes like rock candy. I remember back in the 70s, you get this rock candy, probably put out on the market by dentists, the American Dental Association, to rot your teeth so they could treat you. But I don't know. Whiskey to me is just so sugary. I'm not in love with it. It's like drinking sugar water, but people love it. They'd be running down Pappy Van Winkle and talking about it on Alcohol Legs and on Facebook. I saw him yesterday talking about, where can I get this Pappy? I said, oh no, not this again. I'm not against Pappy Van Winkle, and I'm not jealous of it, but I've tried it. You say, what did it taste like? What did it taste like? Man, tasted like whiskey, like I'm talking about. Sugar water, you know. Very nice sugar water, though. That I would not pay $100 for. Okay. Okay, haha. That is a very weird product. Doesn't taste like sugar rock candy. Tastes like well, cornbread, corn grits, corn products, corny, corn-based corn things made with corn, with a heavy dose of corn added. You say, what about the smoke? See, the thing about this one, if you sip it and you got to let it rest on your tongue, you're just sitting here like, okay, waiting, I'm waiting. And then it kicks in at the end, and it's past the end. It kicks in after you finish. You say, oh, there's the peat smoke. You say, did I just sip Johnny Walker Red Label? Then you realize that's the Brooklyn Kings County peat. Hey, wait a minute. They say on their website they get peated barley from Scotland, and they bring it to Brooklyn and they make whiskey with it. Oh, but they don't say who they get it from. Oh, well, I know why it tastes like Johnny Walker Red Label, because they get in there, ... Oh, y'all thought you had me fooled, but you failed. Isn't that a kick? That's funny. Glad I didn't pay for it. All right. Well, sometimes it's staring you right in the face and you don't even realize it. You say, you think Diageo's got extra scotch left over or extra barley malt left over? I don't know. It's the biggest liquor company in the world. What do you think? Think they got some leftover product month to month that they might want to sell off to somebody? Like my friend David said this morning, nobody dumps anything. They don't dump it. They use it. I said, exactly. It might be called Kentucky Gold for $4.99. Might be called Beams 8-star for $7.99, but it ain't getting dumped. So, well, I'm not saying I solved the riddle, but I'm not saying I didn't solve it. Oh, boy. These taste challenges can really get you interested, can't they? All right. I mean, me, I'm talking to myself. I'm watching my own video. Like literally, I'm making a video and watching it while I'm making it. Okay, I got it figured out. Let's go with the comments. It's Drake's whiskey, the wrapper, for an extra $25. It better be markedly better. Tastes like Maker's, eh? I never had Maker's Mark, so I can't. I know Maker's Mark is popular. I see Maker's Mark every day of my life. The 46, what I don't know what that is. 46% alcohol. I don't know, but so I see Maker's Mark all the time, here, there, everywhere, but I never tried it. I'm not gonna lie and talk about, oh, I tried it, but I didn't try it. Okay. This has got to be the Virginia Black. It's got this rock candy flavor. It's not offensive. It's strange. It's aberrant in some ways, and it's unusual in a lot of ways. But would I pay $38? No. Did I pay $38? No. Would I buy it if I saw a 750 milliliter availability for $10? Yeah, this is what I did. This is literally what I did. I bought a $38.99 bottle for $10. Why would I not do that? Does it taste like real bourbon? It doesn't really taste like that. It tastes like candy. You say, because you don't understand Drake and his people. They loves to drink candy. Okay, good. I'm not an anti-candyite. I'm not against candy. I don't take exception to candy. I don't wake up in the morning and be angry at candy. I've watched the video, I Want Candy. I've listened to Candy Says. So don't start judging. Now I'm really you say you seem disoriented. I seemed disoriented a few minutes ago. I'm really disoriented now. Oh man. Oh, this is starting off real bad. This is starting off real bad. You know how you feel right now? Well, I feel worse than that. Yeah, I just looked at the label and it said KC. I know KC don't stand for no Virginia Black. It stands for Kings County, which is the Peated Bourbon. Wow, that's really scary. Well, at least I only paid $5 plus tax for this whole lineup. I only paid $5 plus tax. I got that $3.75 of Virginia Black. I paid $5 plus tax, which means $5.50. About, and I got a gift of the Kings County. Oh man, scary. So I'm trying to think of some excuse I can make. It's Peated Bourbon, and I couldn't tell it apart from this other thing. There's no excuse. I didn't make the product. Don't blame me. Blame Drake. Blame Brooklyn, New York. Don't forget Candio, Ron. Oh yeah, Candio. I need you. Ruby rings. Hungover. Who's hungover? Don't use projection. I'm not hungover. I feel good. I drank 3 cups of coffee this morning. I ate a scrambled egg with diced onions and corned beef hash with a slice of toast and butter and strawberry preserves. I had hog's head cheese on crackers. Don't say I'm hungover. You might be feeling bad from Friday night. Don't put that on me. Candio, right. Joe Biden's dentist, a disaster. Made me think a bit there, laughing out loud. It's making me think a lot. So, well, the video's going long, but I mean, I figured it was going to be long because it was such a treacherous lineup, a treacherous combination of combatants, I should say. Golly gee, golly. I thought, before I started though, honestly, before I did this video, I thought, nah, I'm going to get it right. I ain't going to get it wrong. Doggone it. I just think I poured them in the wrong glasses or something. But I don't think I did that. I'm tasting smoke here. I don't know. It's I'm not a big drinker, you know, but I gotta do a little follow up here because it's got me scared. And I don't get scared too much. I've watched The Exorcist, and I wasn't. All right, just be patient. This is an emergency, so sometimes you gotta do this. You gotta do this. It's my body, not your body. All right, man. Okay. I made a mistake. Now, if you watch the video I made with Great Raft, Southern Drawl, Pilsner, rice, made with rice. I don't know why you want to make a Pilsner with rice, versus the legendary Wernesgrüner Pils Legende. I got them mixed up, like I wasn't paying attention. I poured them in the wrong glass. I was like, there's no way this is a Wernesgrüner. Was. It turns out it wasn't. No double bar glasses, Ron. I don't even know what that means. I don't know what a double bar glass is. I'm not being smart aleck. I don't know what that means. I didn't even know what collard greens were. I knew that you can get them in a can and they tasted pretty good and they were bitter, but I didn't know what a collard was. So I read about it yesterday. It was very interesting. All right. This is it. I swear we finished. For tastings. No, I don't know what that means. I got glasses. I got these. They work out pretty nice for tasting. They're not double bar. They are called D'Amore. I don't know what that means. I don't know what the 2-shot size glasses. Oh. Okay. Well, these are probably 4-shot glasses. 4 shots. I wouldn't dare fill these up and drink them unless I was going mad. Unless I changed my name to Ronald Winehouse. But I told y'all I was trouble. Y'all know that I was no good. I cheat myself. Like y'all knew I would. Let the cut put burn. Still confused. Damnation. Still confused. I don't know, man, because y'all got me snuffing out like I was Tanqueray. I mean, man, I don't know. You could pay. It's up to you. If you want to pay $25 more per bottle, it's up to you. It's your business. But Man, I can't figure it out. I mean, they just like, they both taste very woody, like oak barrels, and they got a lot of bread and bread crust. And I don't really think I poured it in the wrong glass. I just think there's a lot of whiskey on the market that's like trumpeted, like it's so great, but it's not really that great. Well, I don't know. This got to be the most horrible taste challenge ever, because it just, I can't figure it out, and I'm trying to. I don't know, man. Really aggravates me. All right, well, it's really disgusting. But I try to do better. I'm gonna try to do another tasting. Well, I am gonna do another tasting. I have obviously the Kings County peated. It's peated. It's peated bourbon. Oh, it's so much different. Oh yeah. So I'm gonna do this against. There's a lot of glare. I'm sorry about that. Oh, I got so many. I got Bellows. Man, if this doesn't beat Bellows, if this loses to Bellows, that'll destroy the whiskey world. You know, it'll like be a seismic, what they call that. But I don't know. I don't know about you, but it's got me perplexed. It's got me real confused. And I'm a person that, well, I do get confused a lot, but yeah, it's peated. Oh yay! Oh yay! I have peated Scotch, like Isla, like the Ardbeg 10. Now you know it's a joke, because if I took Ardbeg 10, and put it up against Kings County peated bourbon, it would be so bad. That video would be so bad. It would be scary. And I mean scary. It would not destroy Kings County. No. Sorry, New York City. It would annihilate Kings County. And I'm definitive in that. I'm unanimous in that. What did I pay for that Ardbeg 10? $44.99. I paid $44.99 for Ardbeg 10, and it would annihilate, discriminate, exasperate, incriminate, eliminate, desecrate, defenestrate this Bourbon County, and that's, it's scary. So oh well, you know, go out and buy everything. Pay $65 because you could show off at the next dinner party. Do it. Yeah, it's great. Yeah, it's great, man. But I'm not doing it. Oh, they both taste like bread crust. All right. Last call for the comments. Well, I was confused about what that meant. I was confused about what did double bar glasses meant. I'd never heard that expression in my life. And don't pick on me, because a week and a half ago somebody was at my house and I said I got that shelf glass, and somebody said, "What's a shelf glass?" I said, "You know, a shelf glass like they got at the places." They had no clue what a shelf glass was. Why was that? They never heard the expression shelf glass before in their life. I said, well, it's like that little about 2.5 ounce glass, 3 ounces, and it's they have it in some bar rooms. A shelf, it's called a shelf glass. Keep it on the shelf. So they never heard of that. So I never heard of a double bar glass. That's why I was confused. Now, Joe Biden said Joe Biden's dentist said, I recently bought a bottle of Crystal Head vodka as a birthday present. It cost $42. The marketing of the bottle got me. So he read the marketing and he was like, wow, this sounds great. So he bought it. Now, I don't know what the outcome is. He didn't list the outcome, but have you ever tried Eagle Rare? Yes. I've tried Eagle Rare twice. Is it worth $31? Oh, yes, I would say so. Would I pay more than $31? No, I don't suppose I would. Do I plan to buy Eagle Rare? Yes, I plan to buy it. But I'll probably buy the handle bottle, the glass handle bottle, because I can get that when it's in stock for $56. So why would I pay 31 for a 750 when I can get a handle, which is a 750 plus an extra 1,000 milliliters for 56? Well, the answer is I wouldn't. All right. So anyway, I apologize in a way for this calamity, but I don't think it's really my fault. I just think it's that this peated bourbon is may not necessarily be all that it claims to be, but I want to be open-minded. So I got Jim Beam. I got Jim Beam Prohibition Repeal, that 86 proof, which is a throwback to the original Jim Beam. I got Bellows. I got, I got so many bourbons. I got George Dickel Cascade Hollow. I got the George Dickel number 8. I got so many. Oh, Tom Sims, 4-year aged. Now, is anybody gonna win? Yeah, they're gonna win like today, because this Virginia Black, not a great product. I would not make a special effort to go buy it, especially for $38 to $40 a bottle, But is it any worse than the Kings County Peated Bourbon? No way. No way. No way. I couldn't even tell them apart. And we're talking about at least $25 in difference. A $25 per bottle difference in price. But yet, you can't tell it apart. Oh, that's great. Havana's great. So, no way. So that's a calamitous failure for Kings County Peated Bourbon today. When I tasted it, I thought, oh my gosh, I poured it in the wrong glass, but I don't think that's the case. So could my palate be defective? Could I have a bad ability to test bourbon? That could clearly be the case. Don't believe it is, though. So now it's got me really prejudiced. It's got me very shook, very shook. So I think, oh man, this is bad. This is so bad. I think that when I go up against Jim Beam, it could be a problem. This could be a real problem, but it ain't my problem. I didn't make the product. I'm reviewing it and taste challenging it. It ain't my problem. But oh man, oh, it's so terrible. Oh, what can we do? What will we do? Where will we go? Who do we turn to? Oh, no.